What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ravi Wadan, and in today's video, I want to talk about the awesome Tesla Model 3 lease deal. Right now, you can lease a Tesla Model 3 for just $1,000 down and $299 a month. And this is a car with an MSRP of roughly $42,490. So it's a tremendous lease deal, not only in terms of price, but also in terms of value. And if you use my referral link, you can save an additional $500 on the Tesla Model 3, making the deal even sweeter. So what we'll do in this video is we'll head over to Tesla.com and we'll study this lease deal in detail. We'll talk about the mileage allowance, we'll talk about the due at signing amount and what it does and doesn't include, and we'll talk about all of the nitty-gritty details, and I'll give you lots of helpful tips and tricks along the way. Then in the second part of this video, what we'll do is run my 1.25% rule of leasing on this Tesla Model 3, and that's just a value metric. I want to show you how good of a lease deal this is in terms of value because, two cars with a $42,000 MSRP can have very different monthly payments, and this is just a value metric to show you how good of a lease deal this is. And in the third part of this video, I'll show you the monthly lease payments versus the monthly finance payments, and I'll explain why I think leasing the Tesla Model 3 just makes a lot of financial sense. So if that sounds good to you, please be sure to like this video and please be sure to follow whichever platform you are watching this video on. But with that, let's go ahead and jump into the computer behind me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are on Tesla.com. We're not going to waste any time. As you can see here, it says you can lease a Model 3 for $299 a month with $1,000 down. So let's go ahead and click on Order Now. And on the right-hand side, we should see the Tesla Model 3 pop up. Okay, here we go. It says cash, lease, or finance. We're going to click on lease. And as you can see, it says $299 a month. Now, obviously, if you opt for a color other than the stealth gray, which is included, as you can see here, if you go for white, it's an additional $1,000. Blue's additional $1,000. I think red and this Quicksilver are an additional $2,000. But we're going to leave that at stealth gray. We're going to leave it with the standard 18-inch Photon wheels and the included black interior. And we're not going to add full self-driving, which is an $8,000 option. Now, if you want to do that, you can structure this car or option it out however you choose to do so. But we're going to leave it pretty much bare bones as it comes from the factory with no additional options. But what you want to do in this on the Tesla website is click where it says Edit Terms and Savings. And right now, you're going to see that all Tesla leases include the $7,500 EV tax credit. So I think there's a lot of confusion out there. People don't know if you get that credit at the time of lease, if you get it in your tax return. But let me just tell you that it's included in this lease payment right here. So everything that you're seeing on the Tesla calculator here includes the $7,500 EV tax credit. Now, what you're going to see here is that you have a $1,000 down payment, but you have to remember that this doesn't include taxes and fees. So you're going to have to pay for taxes on rebates, so this $7,500, it's a taxable incentive. And then you have to pay for registration costs and dealer fees. I think Tesla also has some kind of destination fee and things like that. So it's really, really important to click this box that says include estimated taxes and fees, and that will give you a much more realistic number depending on the zip code. So as you can see, the due at signing amount jumped from $1,000 to $2,809, and now the monthly payment also includes sales tax, which in my area is about 10%. So it's at $342 a month. Now, one thing that's cool about Tesla's calculator is that it's obviously very accurate, but it's also dynamic. So if you wanted to do a 36-month lease, you can see that the payment jumps to $394 a month. So I think 24 months is the way to go. And then what you also see is you can adjust the annual mileage. You can do 12 or 15,000 miles a year, and it's cheaper to pay for the additional 2,000 miles a year up front rather than pay the excess mileage penalty, which is 25 cents a mile, which you can see right there. So we'll leave this at 10,000 miles. And another important thing to mention here now is that Teslas do have a buyout option. So as you'll see here, it says you have the option to purchase this vehicle for $30,277 at the end of the lease term. So if you have positive equity at the end of the lease, I don't think you will, but if you do have the option to buy this car, or if you decide that you want to keep it long-term for whatever reason. And another thing that I do want to mention is with the down payment, I know Tesla, some people say that you can adjust this down payment and Tesla will do a zero down lease. But, I think on this particular lease, since it's only $1,000 down, I don't think they'll probably negotiate this amount. But if you want to give it a shot, you can feel free to do so. Now in this part of the video, what I want to do is run my 1.25% rule of leasing on this Tesla Model 3. So as you can imagine, two $50,000 cars can have very different monthly payments, assuming $0 down on both cars, right? It depends on factors like discounts or incentives or rebates. It depends on the money factor, and it can depend on the residual value of that particular car. So one $50,000 car with $0 down can have a monthly payment of $1,000 a month, and another $50,000 car can have a monthly payment of $600 a month. So in terms of value, the $600 a month monthly payment is a much better deal in terms of value, and that's what we're going to do here on this Tesla Model 3. Now, to run my 1.25% rule of leasing, all we're going to do is take the $2,809, which is the total due at signing amount, which you can see here, and we're going to subtract the monthly payment from that amount, which is $342, since this due at signing amount includes the monthly payment of $342. And when we do that, we get $2,467. We'll divide this by 24 since it's a 24-month lease. That takes that total due at signing and breaks it into 24 equal parts, and that gives us $102, and then we'll add the monthly payment of $342 back in, and that gives us a zero down effective monthly payment of $444 a month. And I say it's an effective monthly payment because we're taking all taxes and fees and rolling it into the monthly payment. And so essentially, if you took this $444 and multiplied it by 24, that would be the total cost of the lease over a 24-month period. Now what we're going to do is divide this by this vehicle's MSRP. I believe it's $42,490. Yeah, $42,490. So divide this by $42,490, and we'll multiply this by 100 to make it a percentage. And as you can see here, we get 1.06 or 1.04, rounded up 1.05%. Now, ladies and gentlemen, anytime you run this calculation and you get a number over 1.5%, that typically isn't a good lease deal in terms of value, right? You're getting really close to what your monthly payment would be if you were to finance the same car, and it kind of negates the benefit of leasing a car in terms of total out-of-cost ownership over a 2 or 3 year period. Anytime you get a number under 1.5%, that's a good lease deal in terms of value. Anytime you get a number under 1.25%, that's a great lease deal. And anytime you get a number under 1%, that's an amazing lease deal in terms of value. So as you can see here, this Tesla Model 3 is sitting at 1.04%. So it's really close to a 1% lease deal. So I think in terms of value, it's a tremendous lease deal in terms of value. Now in this part of the video, let's actually compare the monthly finance payments to the monthly lease payments. Now as you can see here, if we include estimated taxes and fees, this box is checked, and we have finance selected. If we put $3,801 down, you're going to get a monthly payment of $722 a month. Now, and that's if we don't include the $7,500 federal tax credit. Now, if you do qualify for the $7,500 federal tax credit, the monthly payment drops to $600 a month. Now, remember that if you're financing a Tesla Model 3, you need to meet these income requirements, right? $300,000 or less for a married couple filing jointly, under $225,000 for head of household, and under $150K for all other filers. If you don't meet these income requirements, you won't qualify for the $7,500 EV tax credit. But if you lease the car, you qualify for the $7,500 EV tax credit regardless of your income, right? So it doesn't matter if you're Jeff Bezos, a billionaire, you'll get the $7,500 tax credit if you lease this particular car. Now, as you can see here, $600 a month with $3,801 down. And if we lease this car with the same $3,801 down, the monthly payment is $293 a month. So you're looking at what, a $307 difference in terms of your monthly cash flow. And that's why I think leasing this particular car just makes a lot of financial sense. And if you really want to keep it long term, you can buy it at the end of the lease. But in terms of a 3-year total cost of ownership, you're going to be saving what, $300 times about $3,600. Probably a little bit more than $3,600 every single year by leasing this car. And you know, even if you do 15,000 miles a year, your monthly payment goes to $352, which is still way less than $600 a month if you were to finance this Tesla Model 3. And again, I want to remind you guys that if you use my referral code below, you can save an additional $500. And don't forget to search or look at existing inventory, because Tesla does have existing inventory, and you can oftentimes find some demo cars or some cars that have been discounted off of MSRP, sometimes $1,000, $500, sometimes more than $1,000. But it's always worth a shot. So I definitely take a look at existing inventory. You might end up saving even more money between the existing inventory and the referral link below. But if you guys have any questions about this lease deal or any questions about leasing in general, let me know in the comment section below and I will be sure to get back to you. But with that, I'm going to call it a video. Thank you all for watching. Financial knowledge is power. Please like and follow for more.